Robin Prevey. I'm one of the dietitians at Green Mountain at Fox Run, which is an all-women's health and fitness resort in Ludlow, Vermont. And in this short video, we're going to talk about how to put together snacks that will hopefully stick with you for a fairly long time frame. In one of our previous videos, we looked at this idea of balancing our meals using a plate model. And one of the ideas behind doing that is that we hope a person might get carbohydrate, protein, fat, and also foods that are a good source of fiber and fluid to stretch the stomach a little bit, all in one shot for a meal, so it sticks with them for a longer time frame. We do try to apply that same principle to picking snacks. If you're having a snack with a short time frame between the snack and the meal, let's say you've got an hour until dinner and you need to start cooking and you're hungry and you're going to have a snack, the balance is not so much of an issue in a situation like that. But if you're planning snacks for in-between meals and you're looking at maybe a couple hours before you're going to eat again, you may want to combine your snacks so you are getting sources of carb, protein, fat, and hopefully fiber and fluid all at the same time, so those snacks are satisfying to us. And so in terms of foods that are going to provide a source of carbohydrate, most people think of starches when they consider carbs, so it could be something like whole grain cereals, crackers, a small muffin, a pita. It could be out of the box, it could be a hot cereal or something like that, even though we might think of that as just for a breakfast food. Also another source of carbohydrate would be fruit, so whether it's whole fruit, cut fruit, and then some dairy products have carbohydrate as well, those that still have lactose in them. So milk and yogurt are good sources of carbohydrate. Ice cream would be as well. I don't have any here at the moment. So in addition to providing carbohydrate, a lot of your dairy products are good sources of protein too. They may also have fat. So dairy can serve a lot of purposes. Another food that also has both carbohydrate and protein at the same time would be legumes. This is some hummus. So that could be your source of carbohydrate, or you could use it as a protein-based food. And then some foods tend to be very high in protein and fat. Usually those two go hand in hand. So something like a hard cheese, nuts and seeds, nut butters. Cottage cheese doesn't have a tremendous amount of lactose in it still, so it really isn't a great source of carbohydrate. It's very good for protein. In this case, this is a fat-free cottage cheese, so we would still want to add some food that has some fat, maybe nuts or seeds to it. So when you're thinking about putting your snacks together, you're probably going to want to try to choose a carbohydrate-based food and then pair that with something that has protein and fat. So something like an apple and cheese would fit the bill. Sometimes we might need to consider, do I have a source of fiber and fluid? So fiber and fluid, easily found in whole fruits and vegetables. In this situation, it works. We've got the carb, fiber and fluid, we have the protein and fat, so that's a really well-balanced snack. But sometimes our carbohydrates, let's say if we're choosing crackers, may not be a great source of fluid. So if I was having cheese and crackers, may not be as filling to me as having cheese and a whole piece of fruit. So that's where vegetables can be helpful too. So if somebody was having some cheese and crackers and veggies all at the same time, while vegetables really aren't great for carb or protein or fat, they are a good source of fiber and fluid, so we may need to add them to the mix to make a snack a little bit more filling. But if you can keep that in mind when you're putting snacks together, trying to get some carb, protein, and fat and putting them together, that should help your snacks stick with you for a longer time frame.